Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Miguel. Tomorrow we're getting the newest release by OpenAI, GPT 5.6, Sol, Terra, and Luna. Let me break it down for you. What I did was I actually got all of the information that's just running around on X to tell you what people really think about this model. Now, before we actually begin, it's actually important to understand that tomorrow we're actually getting three different variants of the same model. So we're actually getting Sol, which is going to be the flagship model that you're going to be using most of the time. We're going to get Terra, which is a middle ground of this model. And we're also going to get Luna, which is going to be the smallest one out of them. Now, this is one of the first times that we ever get three different variants of the same model by OpenAI. This model was released a week beforehand, or a bit longer than a week, maybe two, to government parties in the US, which is what caused a lot of backlash from the general users. Now, we did confirm that the model is getting released tomorrow, and right now we want to know where does it really stand compared to the colossal model from Anthropic, Fable 5. Now, overall, people are saying that it's a huge leap in agentic coding and computer use. What does that mean for you? It means that it's actually a model that's capable of doing long running tasks that can be very complex without really losing its ground. This has been standard from the GPT family models because they're actually just better overall at actual execution of things compared to the Anthropic models. Now, it's still not clear if it's a winner compared to Fable 5. It actually looks like they actually complement each other quite nicely. So it's going to be very interesting to see these two models live together over one single week while we still have access to Fable 5. Now, of course, there was quite a bit of lab of backlash because of the gating to the government, and also some people that said that it was even way too agentic, that it follows the instructions way too narrowly. But I digress. That doesn't seem like something that's really bad on my end. Now, I did manage to find what people are really saying. So as you can see, quite a bit of users are very happy with all of the things that they're actually using GPT 5.6 for. It's clearly better at than Opus 4.8, but it's not as good as Fable 5. So it seems that it really is a middle ground right there. Now, one of the biggest problems that we've usually had with the GPT model family is the fact that they actually suck at UX and UI design. They create horrible dashboards, their websites, you can recognize them very easily, but apparently this has been fixed for this release. So it's going to be really interesting for you to actually test it out and see if this model has better taste. So does it actually create things that are way more beautiful compared to the GPT 5.5 family? Now, everyone is still very, very, very happy with the release. And the way that I see all of this moving forward over the next week is the following. For less than 1 week, we will get access to both Fable 5 and GPT 5.6. Now, the problem with Fable 5 is that we get very little usage, even at $100 to $200 plans. Now, the way that you can actually combine these two models is by having Fable 5 use GPT 5.6 as an agent. And this is something that I will show you how to do in my next video. Now, Fable 5 is absolutely monstrous at simply being able to design systems, understand architectures, and it has incredibly good taste. It's very good at creating fantastic UXs, incredibly powerful when it comes to 3D design. Now, GPT 5.6 is better at long running tasks, and for the amount of money that you're paying, is actually a better bang for your buck. Now, the way that we're going to be combining this over the next couple of coming days is we're going to be using Fable 5 as the orchestrator and also the designer. And then we're going to be using GPT 5.6 as the executor. Now, GPT 5.6 as well as Codex are going to be fantastic tools for business use cases. Everything that's agentic, everything that doesn't really require a lot of taste, where it's simply just admin work, execution, just moving data from A to B, making sure that everything is correct, GPT 5.6 seems like the way to go right now. We will be able to really know this starting tomorrow. However, I highly advise you actually try both of them. The way that you can actually know if these models are actually superior to their previous version is by actually testing out what the previous versions were actually bad at. So in this case, GPT 5.6, you actually have to create a lot of websites, dashboards, and visual assets with it to really know if it's a step up or a step down compared to GPT 5.5. Now, all of the people on Twitter are saying that they're very happy with the model, but we will only know this after we use it ourselves, starting tomorrow. Now, I'll catch you later tomorrow with all of my benchmarks and also showing you how you can actually combine the best model out there right now, which is Fable 5, with probably the best executor model, which is going to be GPT 5.6. Catch you in the next one. Bye.